So today I'm doing my presentation on Spain. Spain is a southern European country that lies along the Mediterranean Sea. It is located west of France. Most Spaniards are Roman Catholic, although there are many other religions that are practiced in Spain, such as Islam, Judaism, Protestant, and Hinduism, all of which have their own places of worship and places to conduct their rituals. The typical Spanish family, the father spends most of his time working and socializing outside of the home, while the mother is dedicated to her children and taking care of the responsibilities within the household. Typically within the Spanish family, the one daughter, she would choose not to marry in order to care for her parents as they age. Although in the United States, it's a little different. The one child will take care for the parents for part of the year, and then the other child will care for the parents for the remainder of the year. Um, so there's the obligation to the parents is similar. An elder is respect. The elders are respected and cherished within the Spanish family. Now, the foods in Spain, when you usually think about the foods in Spain, you may think of hot and spicy cuisine like that of Mexico, although it's not typically like that. The food in Spain is similar to those of Italy and France due to their shared climate and history, and pretty much for the geography they're located near those areas. Um, Due to the rugged terrain in Spain, it's suitable for raising small animals and crops such as grapes and olives. Spain happens to be the largest producer of olives in the world. Entrees usually feature eggs, lamb, pork, poultry, dried and salted fish, especially cod. Eggs are consumed day and night. There is a potato omelet that is perhaps the national dish in Spain, and it's usually eaten as an appetizer, entree, or even snacks. Sausages such as the chorizo are popular in Spain, and the blood sausage. Seafood is also popular in Spain, being that it's located near the coastal region. Meats are often combined with vegetables and in savory stews. Each region has its own recipe for paella, which is typically includes saffron seasoned rice topped with chicken, mussels, shrimp, sausage, tomatoes, and peas. Garlic and tomatoes flavor many Spanish dishes. For example, gazpacho, which is a refreshing puree vegetable soup that is usually served cold. The meal composition in Spain, there's usually a breakfast, a snack, a lunch, a snack, and then dinner. In Spain, breakfast is the smallest meal of the day. It is typically light and more like the continental breakfast, or what we would consider the continental breakfast in the United States. Um, then there's a snack after breakfast before lunch. It's usually around mid afternoon, and it's usually light with finger foods. Lunch is the biggest meal of the day in Spain, and it's usually paired with wine. Now, after lunch, there's another snack. It's usually French bread or pieces of chocolate, and this is usually served around 4:30 to 5 p.m. Dinner is a lighter meal, as lunch was the biggest meal of the day again, and it's usually eaten between 9 p.m. and midnight. Now, the health in Spain, it's actually pretty healthy. According to a survey, the European dietary habits, a majority of the population consumes more plant products and protein. And then there's the Mediterranean diet, which became really popular in the United States, and it's usually fruits and vegetables. In southern Italy and Spain, it's been categorized as health promoting due to its high intake of complex carbohydrates. There's a high intake of protective photochemicals and low intake of fats. Researchers have noted that people who consume a Mediterranean diet were especially healthy and compared to Americans who had a low risk of many lifestyle diseases. So again, the Mediterranean diet became really popular in the U.S. because it aided in weight loss and it also prevented heart attacks, strokes, type 2 diabetes, and premature death. For the food demo part of my presentation, I am going to focus on desserts. Desserts in Spain, a popular dessert in Spain is flan, which is a sweet milk and egg custard, and it's topped with caramel. Although I'm not making that one, I decided to make churros. Although being a staple dessert in Mexico, a staple dessert and snack in Mexico, churros originally were a Spanish dish. In this recipe, I am going to use water, unsalted butter, sugar, salt, all-purpose flour, 1 large egg, vanilla, and vegetable oil. Also, for the coating of the churros, I use a 1/2 cup of sugar and 3/4 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. You also want to have vegetable oil, a plate with a paper towel, and something to get the churros out of the cooking oil with. For my first 4 ingredients, which were the water, butter, sugar, and the salt, you're going to add that to your pan and you're going to bring it to a boil. Once it starts boiling, you're going to add in the flour and you're going to stir it up to try to cook some of the flour out of it, and it's going to form into a nice ball. Once it forms into the nice ball, it's time to actually remove it from the pot. You want to put it and separate it, like kind of space it out so it'll cool down before you add your egg to the mixture. And you'll notice that I did that. I spread it out a little bit so it'll cool down. You want to let it cool down for at least 5 minutes. Once you've done that and you've let the mixture cool down for 5 minutes after adding the egg, you want to stir it up, make sure that there's no more lumps in it, and it's going to form into a nice ball again. The next thing you want to do, you want to add the mixture into your piping bag, and you want to test it to make sure that it comes out pretty thick but smooth and there's no accidents. Once you get probably about a 6-inch length, you're going to squeeze it out into your pot of oil, and you're going to fry, I would say, depending on the size of your pot, you want to fry no more than 6 or 7 at a time. Once you finish frying them and you take them out of the oil, the next thing you want to do is let them dry on a paper towel for a while, and just a few minutes, and then you want to coat them with the powdered sugar. Once you've done that, this should be your end result, and they are actually very delicious. It's best to eat them right away when they're still warm because they do not taste good warmed up. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Thank you for watching.